Oh shit, oh shit, there you go. Count.
This is I, one shot, one shot. This is I, one shot, one shot.
Let's go.
This is I, one shot, one shot. This is my legacy, legacy. This is my legacy, legacy.
On the previous video.
This Hitman contract, it was $2.
Yeah, that's the one.
He just kind of fucked up for some reason right there. It's not that bad, and there's like a little rip in the art. I'm gonna swap this game for a different game because this game has like one of the newer style cases, and I have like what normally came out like around the time PS3 was out. But I have a game that's like from 2008, but has like the old style PS2 case, so I'm just gonna swap the both. So.
$2 for a nice old Hitman game.
Army Men Air Tag 2, another game by 3DO. Like the whole Army Men series, I mean, they started like on the PS1.
Yeah, that was a fun game too to play.
I have the only other Army Men game I played is Sarge's Hero on PS1. I thought that one
It
was
was another one I thought I played like for the N64. No, I don't. It was for N64. The N64.
Yeah, there are ones on N64 too.
I played that with my old friend back in.
You used to have an N64.
I sold it for $15.
I know it's the Donkey Kong variant. I think Michael had one in his house. I saw one.
Yeah.
I saw the Jungle Green Donkey Kong.
Yeah,
variant.
I was like, it's just.
It even had the Donkey Kong game. Yeah, maybe I think it came with 2 controllers that bundle. So I think you had 2 of the Jungle Green ones, and then may have had more.
I had a silver too.
Yeah, you had like Vigilante V8, which was a fun game. It's also on PS1. I'm
I
pretty sure
had,
you had Golden Eyes.
Yep, 007 GoldenEye.
Oh, you had the South Park racing game.
Yeah.
But that's also on PS1. I know. You didn't have really any exclusive.
Basically, like all my games that I had too, the N64 when I was younger, the PS2, I had a fuck ton of PS2 games and sold them all for dirt cheap,
Yeah,
and
you pretty much sold all of them.
Yeah,
Or
now.
that already been lost somewhere.
Yeah, and now I'm trying to buy a lot of my games back and more. I'm finally starting to collect.
I got Corvette.
Fun game, I played that. It was another good game.
Yeah, I think I may have showed you, but there's a YouTube channel called Classic Game Room. His channel's name is Lord Carnage, but it's Classic Game Room. But I remember watching a video about this, and he said it's kind of in a way a budget title, but he said it's a good game. And there's lots of Corvettes too. And it's also an official licensed product from GM. It's kind of
Yeah, it's a nice game.
It's by Global Star, which really isn't a big company. Sometimes you see the like.
But I love the cover art though. I mean,
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That was a nice looking Corvette.
That must be like the 50-year logo thing. That picture just looks kind of creepy.
Oh god, dude, no.
I've actually heard this is actually a somewhat solid game. There's a YouTube channel that I watched called Retro Liberty, where they go out and they find games at like flea markets. It's pretty much like the Game Chasers, but more of a softer tone, I guess you could say. But I remember them talking about this game, and I think because I saw it once, and they were like, I think Ricky from Retro Liberty said that this is actually a really good game, and I saw it for $1, and it even says it includes Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4 demo, which I already have, but that's cool. I got Rumble Roses for $2. It's kind of more like suited for a male audience, I guess you could say. There's lots of butts and boobs, I guess you could say, but $2. The man has like a brown spot on it. I don't have no clue what the fuck it is.
Shit.
It doesn't look like shit, but there's this one website I go on, I think it's called Bree Software, and they sell a lot of this like manuals and artwork for games, like loose for a couple bucks each, so I might look on that, because Rumble Rose is like a $10 game. And there's also, well, this will tie into what I'm going to show next, but I didn't realize this when I bought it, but I bought Twisted Metal Black. It was the red label, and it was the one that includes the online disc with the standard game, and Armored Core 2, which I've only played the 4th one in the series, but yet again, that's like a mech game. And that was $2, but I didn't realize this when I bought this, but for Twisted Metal, the first disc, the main game, there's a small crack, and I didn't test it out yet, but more than likely, if it works, it won't work forever because the disc system keeps spreading.
Yeah.
And then Armored Core 2 on the side, the artwork. Someone at one point there was a GameStop sticker, or maybe EB Games. It was on there at one point. Normally they don't do that. Normally they keep it on the plastic and they just put it in there without putting the sticker on the artwork. But it was on there at one point. Someone ripped it off. Some of the artwork's missing, and there was a sticker like I just described how you're supposed to do it over it, so I didn't realize it. And some of the manual was ripped. But these are the two games that I replaced for them, or I returned and got these.
Yeah.
But Captain Skyhawk for NES, it's complete. The box isn't perfect. The game isn't super expensive, complete anyway. And I do have the game technically, but mine doesn't work right. Mine, it takes forever for it to work. So I was like, "Will you take $2 for it?" Because there wasn't a price sticker on it. Or at least not on the box. And I can see why, because stickers and paper don't go good. Almost 100% they don't go good. Your paper will be destroyed. But and then SOCOM 3 for 99 cents. This game really isn't an expensive game by any means. You can get it for like $5 used. In probably even better condition than this, but it's complete and it's pretty nice looking though. 99 cents. I have all the SOCOMs for PS. No, well, there's a few other actually, but I have the main series now. And then my last thing that I got, and I probably won't keep it just due to the fact that it's super fucking loud, and I know because I already have one, the fat PS2. I did take it apart and cleaned it a little bit, but I don't know if I'm gonna keep it. It's pretty loud, and I already have a fat PS2, a Japanese one, and my Japanese fat PS2 is nowhere as loud as this one.
And how much did you pay for it?
Yeah, well, it was supposed to be $7, but we had a coupon, so it was probably about $5.
There was $5. It was like $5.18 for a freaking PS2.
Yeah.
That was pretty nice. And it did come with AV and no power cable though.
It came with both.
It came with both.
And that actually had a price sticker on it originally, but I took it off because it's supposed to come with it.
That's the thing too. When you get a machine, you're supposed to get the power cable with it. You're not supposed to charge. You're not supposed to get charged for $3 more. It's like,
I don't think I'm gonna keep it though because I have a fat PS2 and my fat PS2 that I have is not as loud. It's the fan. Like the fan is super freaking loud on this one. Yeah. But it still works. So.
All right. Well, then we got mine, and we're gonna start with I believe. Oh God. This was at MRCI or MRI. Yeah, this was at MRI. Thrift store. It's Wildlife Park Tycoon 4, Animal Mania 4, down for $1. Like I said, I'm a huge Tycoon fan. I've never played this game before, but it's a Tycoon, so hell, for $1 I buy it. And we got two of the. Actually, no, this was also at MRI.
This is actually a very interesting, like, weird game.
And MRI. This is at MRI. This is the Classic Sim Ant.
It's actually a fun game. Though.
Very old.
It's not necessarily the best game ever, but it sure is interesting and worth a try, especially for $1.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, here's the thing too. If your computer does not have Windows 3.1 or above, you will not be able to play Sim Ant, or also you will need 4 megabytes of RAM. So if you're living in the 1980s,
pretty much, it would have been like on the board.
Yeah, 1980s.
Late 80s, early 90s.
If you're living in the 1980s and you wanna.
But this was re-released like in the late 90s.
Yeah, it was not 96.
Because it had a rated E rating date.
Yeah, it was made in USA in 1996. So, yeah, 80s, 90s, whatever. So just remember, computer, Windows 3.1 or higher, or 4 megabytes of RAM or higher. So. Hey, just saying, there might be people up there. Well, I don't even think they can even watch this. I know.
Well,
it'll be like.
I know people still use old computers mainly for gaming and whatnot, or just historical purposes.
I don't.
They're not going to be watching YouTube on them.
But kind of nice old game, and I believe this was this at MRI too?
It could have been.
I think it was at MRI.
No, it was at Goodwill. I was like, hey, do you want this?
Goodwill. Oh, Goodwill. This is at Goodwill. It's Sim Theme Park,
And it's a gold edition.
the gold edition.
But it's missing manual.
Missing the menu, yes. And I already have Sim Theme Park, but I do not have the gold version. So it's nice to have. And the disc is also a real. It's not terrible, but it's not bad. And I like the game. Like again, it's another kind of like a theme park game, almost like the Tycoon, except for more of a cartoonish type graphics wise, which it's not terrible, but I prefer the Tycoon graphics better. But still a fun game, gold version, so it was nice. And next we have, let's start with, like I said, the Numshot 2 that was at Hops.
$3.
$3, yes. And believe that this is all from Pan America, all these games. And like I said, if you watched the previous video, the dumpster diving at GameStop, we did find an Xbox 360. So when we went to Pan America, we did
360 and
Xbox, original Xbox.
Original Xbox. Some of them won't work though. Not all original Xbox games work for 360, but some do.
So nice to have. We're gonna start with.
Are you gonna show them?
Yep, we are. We just wanted to show them the stat. This is another nice stat. We're gonna start with a PS3 game. This is Need for Speed Rivals, which actually I wanted to buy this when it came out and just never did.
I do know it's on PS4 though.